Just thought I'd throw in a different image of the bike while I'm working on it. As you can see, she needs some help.
Okay, I've got a couple of small jobs I want to do on the Bonneville. You've heard me bitching about the fact that there were no captive screws. And particularly this, I think, is terrible. So these holes are perfect for a 2BA tap. It fits in there exactly. And what I like about aluminium is you don't really need any lubricant on the tap to cut it through, and it will still make a perfectly good cut. Now, if it was a longer, deeper cut, then yeah, I would use some grease or Vaseline or whatever you want on the tap. So this is one of the jobs. Let me just make sure that I did tap that correctly. Found myself a couple of 2BA screws and some washers. You don't want these screws dropping off, do you? So you got to put well, I've got it, I call it a spring washer, star washer. There you go, look at that, perfect. So now what I can do on the bike is not worry about losing the bloody thing. So these two pieces will go nicely together, or I might have to, yes, okay. I've got to open up these holes so that the 2BA will go straight through. So let me do that, get my drill out and drill those holes. So that'll be that job done. Then moving on, this is the breather pipe from the crank that goes to the carburetor. In fact, it goes to, yeah, this one. It goes into this one. In fact, I think maybe I should give that a clean out. I'll take that apart, give that a bit of a nice clean. Then what I intend to do is put these into my sonic cleaner, just to make them look a little better. I think that'll be okay. What else do I have to do? Ah, yes, new foot rubbers. Let me show you. Now these are sided, one for the left, one for the right, and if you care to look up the ends there, you can see that they're at different angles. These have been on the bike and they really haven't seen much use, but they're all cracked. I don't like these, I must admit. I would prefer the round ones with the word Triumph on, but I don't think they work on this shape of pedal. So that's another job I got to do. What else have I got to do? If I could engage my brain cell, that would help. Oh, I've got to put on the cover over the clutch. So I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, made the holes bigger so that I could get the screw through without it binding. And there it is, nice, neat job. Would have been so simple if they did that in the factory. Could have saved them time and also stopped ruining the British motorbike industry's reputation for crap. The drill, if you use a 2BA, which, you know, it's a British thread, the clearance one is a 7/32. And well, as I said, you don't need to drill the hole out for the 2BA tap, although that would be a 5/32 if you did, but you shouldn't need to. There you go. Right, now it's time to get this cleaned up. But first, I'm going to take this apart. I don't know what's inside. Do you? Do you know what's in there? I haven't got a fucking clue. So let's take it apart and see. I would imagine there's a one-way valve in there, but what do I know? Now, this is a 7/16, it appears. It also appears it doesn't want to let go. There we go. Do you know what's in? Clue. Oil, that's for sure. That you would expect, because it is oil mist. There is nothing in there. It is empty tube and an empty thing. So seems rather elaborate, but oh well. Ah, look, needs a new washer on there. We'll definitely be doing that. But as I said, I'm going to put this in the... I'll finish my sentence, I promise. Okay, put this... I'm sorry, I amuse myself. I'm going to put this in the sonic cleaner with this. But first I have to go and get some simple green. So let me go do that and I'll be back. Here's a question for you. What's this? Now, there is a wire close to this, but not connected. In fact, it's been covered up. Should it perhaps not be? I mean, what is this? Some kind of temperature sensor? I don't know. And it's obvious someone has been here before. JB Weld. Let me show you the wires. There they are. It's a brown with a blue stripe. They're right there, and that seems to be the right size connector. However, it has been, it looks like covered over from the factory, but I can't believe that. So if you know what it is, what it should do, let me know, please. I'm thinking I should connect it. Definitely. This is the stuff I use. I was wrong, it wasn't Simple Green, it's this, and I've kept this. Ultrasonic general purpose cleaning powder. Contains sodium carbonate, sodium mesylate, and trisodium phosphate. Made in the USA from Harbour Freight. Good stuff. Now, if you haven't got one of these ultrasonic cleaners, you should get one. Get the biggest one you can afford, because you will find great uses for it when you're working on a car. No matter what car, whether you're restoring it or not. And if your wife objects to you spending the money, tell her, hey darling, I can also clean all of your jewellery in it, or any of her other things that she wants cleaned. You just have to use a different chemical, not the one that I'm using. And it's quite simple. You just put the item in there. Now, if I'm correct, I'm probably not. Oh, yes, I am. I can get them both in there. And this little beastie. Right, switch it on at the back. Put the lid on. Switch it on at the back. Beep. On the front, you set the temperature. It currently says it's set to 49. We're going to take that to 50. And we'll start the heater. And we're going to set the timer. It says 15:57. I'm going to set that to 20 minutes. Oops. Too far, Gary, too far. I'm not quite sure why it says 57. For some reason it's got seconds on there. Now, here's another one of my silly recommendations. And all of these I just put out there, and maybe it will, you think is a good idea. Every time I buy a hose, I always buy more than I need. And I end up with lots of offcuts. And as you can see, I got lots of offcuts. Just stick them in a plastic container. And this one is all my clear pipe, just separately. And obviously, not obviously, but I do need to replace this. And in there is going to be something that I can do it. See? You get all sorts of stuff on this channel.
Okay, there was different audio on this, but I was right next to the ultrasonic cleaner, so it destroyed whatever I said. All I'm saying here is that I just polished this up. I didn't worry too much about it. The bike is a 79 bike, so I'm not going for perfection. It's not as if I'm going to enter it in the old conkers. And I did the items in red because I like red. And that's
Here we are. Let's have a look. Ooh, that's hot. Well, that's not bad, is it? I'm going to give it a little bit of the inside. Yeah, don't care. I'm going to give it a little bit of a polish. I'm going to get the others out now. That means I'm going to stick my hand in the hot water. Yep, again, not too bad. Of course, if I'd had a brain, you know what I'd have done? Lifted that up. Okay, it's cleaned it up a bit. Certainly got all that oil out of it, that's for sure. Right, let me give this a little bit of a polish, then I'll assemble it all. I just thought I'd show you this to try and get a bit of shine on these. As I said, I'm not going to go crazy. This one here was done with G3. Now that's normally used on paint, so I wasn't really expecting wonders from that. It's okay, it's got a bit of shine in it. This one here, that was using Jay Leno's all metal polish. Again, okay, you know, not too bad. Here is this good old Solvo Auto Sol metal polish, and I gotta say, I have used this stuff for years. And back in the 70s, yes, when I had my Tiger 100 SS, I actually used it on the exhaust pipe to remove bluing. Whether that would still do it today or not, I don't know. Unfortunately, because of stupid EPA rules, they tend to dumb down things that work, like paint stripper, paint, etc. So I'm going to use this. In fact, I'm going to order some more because I don't have any, and I don't know if you can buy that in the stores over here. I'll have good old Amazon. So I'm going to go over here. I mean, it even feels nicer. Yeah, Jay's is all right. I mean, I used it on, let me show you. I used it on this after I had used this on the buffer. Okay, so don't think that that's what Jay's polish will do. It won't. But once I got it really buffed up, and it got a bit grubby, I wanted to just give it a little more polishing. And you know, there's marks on it. It's okay. The reason I use Jay's stuff is because I'd already got a decent surface on it, and I didn't want to scratch it. And also, convince your wife to buy this. My wife likes expensive purses, and Louis Vuitton is one of them. She spends her money on her shit, I spend mine on mine. There was a brass lock or something, and she needed to polish it because it had tarnished, and the reason she wanted to polish it is she was selling the bags. And this was nice and gentle for that. So there's another reason you can tell your wife, I've got to buy this, darling, and you can use it on your Louis Vuitton purse. Of course, that does mean you might have to buy her one. Right, let's get on with it. Okay, found a piece of hose that will fit nicely. It's on a little on the loose side, I will grant you that, but these clips will certainly get it done nice and tight. So that'll be great. And that was in my collection of hoses. Excellent stuff, eh? And there's the old piece, which you can see was kind of messed up and it was splitting. I'm not worried about what that hose was for, whether it was heater hose or not. It's only oil fumes that are going through it, and I can always grab another piece out of my box and put it in. Right, one little job to do. Do note, this is the left side pedal, and therefore once I cut it off, I'm going to offer it up to the new one and see which way it goes on. It's not meant to be easy. And it sure as hell's proving to be that. Not easy. There she blows. Okay. You can see it just crumbles away. So I can see the angle of that. And if I care to grab one of these, it's the wrong one. If I grab the other one, look at that, the angle's correct. Now, my method of putting it in, WD-40. And up the hole as well. Then just line it up. And now I need my persuader. Don't think I can do it with just my hand. No, I can't. In fact, I'm going to change my gripping method. Hope I don't snap it. The way I had it was totally wrong. It was going to cause me more grief. Let me try with my hand. No. Sometimes you need a little tippy tapper. Close. I'll finish it off. One more tap. Okay, I can't count. There it is. On. That's it now. Get out of my garage. Go do some shit.